Welcome back, eSIM Studios podcast live stream, episode number 85 today on a, what day is it? Is it Thursday today? It sure is. Wow, week goes by quick. Episode, eSIM Studios podcast, episode live stream number 85 for this Thursday, May the 9th, 2024. Getting close to Google I.O. We do have some news as far as what we can expect from the Google I.O. here in next week. It's easy to remember for me. I think that's on my sister's birthday, so easy date for me to remember. I do appreciate everybody joining us. I'm streaming on all across the board, minus Facebook. So I'm on a few different, well, more than a few, 4 or 5 YouTube channels. I'm on Twitter, eSIM Studios X, at eSIM Studios X, on Instagram at eSIM Studios. All the links are down below. If you need to reach out, all the links are down below. Before we get into it real quick, I updated our website. So I got some cool stuff on there. Where are we at? That might interest you, right? So look at this. Let me share the screen here. So not only do we have news, stuff like that, right? So I break it down. Overall news, Apple news, Android news, all that good stuff. Whatever we discuss will be here and more, right? But look at what I added today. So if you go to the menu, I have all of our podcasts on here. I have deals, right? So if you're in the market for a new mini PC, a new laptop, streaming devices, we got it all, right? Look at these. I just added those today. Tons of deals. Say possibly hundreds, well, not possibly, hundreds of dollars in savings. But look at this. I also added a section for the Android flash tool. We mentioned that just the other day. If you need to flash, now this is just for Pixel, right? But we do have a lot of Pixel subscribers. If you need to flash any firmware that's available, that's official firmware, even the beta firmware. If you want to flash it on your phone, be my guest, and this is how you do it. So I have that section here for you. Basically, it'll describe how you do it here, and then down below is a video. I uploaded the video of me showing you how it works. Very easy. Real quick, also got a section for SIM swap. Not how to do a SIM swap, but how to protect yourself from a SIM swap. I got a few different steps that basically it's almost foolproof. Meaning, if you follow each step, I can't guarantee you're not going to get SIM swapped, but I can 99% guarantee it, right? So I have a section there to how to protect yourself under SIM swap and then service, right? So if you're switching to eSIM, I got a whole section for you explaining what eSIM is, where to get them, how to download them on your phone, and then check this out. Also got a section for you can actually try every carrier for free. Now you download an eSIM onto your phone from each specific carrier, but T-Mobile allows you to try their service up to a month for free for 30 days. Also have all the carriers, AT&T, Cricket, Verizon, have US Mobile, Visible, got a lot of, you could go, look, if you went down the list on all these free services, you could go like 2 or 3 months without even paying a cell phone bill, honestly. So I added all that for y'all today. So go to techstudios.app, techstudios.app. Again, it's linked down below. If you forget, it's all right there for you. So, see, I have all these linked for y'all, ready to go. About 5 or 6, 7, about 6 services for y'all. I did it just to try them out, right? So if you're looking to switch in between, or if you're not feeling like paying your cell phone bill for the next few months, be my guest. All this stuff is right there. So techstudios.app. And I think what I'm going to do is, you know how we do our Fridays are going to be our giveaway days. So tomorrow will be a giveaway day. I think what I'm going to do is add it, not this week. Tomorrow we'll do the giveaway on the live stream through StreamYard. Next week, I think I'm going to add it to the website, the Progressive Web app. I think I'll add a section for giveaways, and then just simply once a week, everybody viewing, simply go sign up in the giveaway section. Then every Friday, I'll run the giveaway tool live on air, so everybody sees it as a live event, as I do, and we will pick a lucky winner. But I think I'm going to implement it in here, even if you're not even watching, even if somebody doesn't even know I have a YouTube channel and they just stumble across my website here, they can enter as well. So very, very cool. Got that going. Now I do have, what's going on, Daniel? Expected. I don't know. I don't know. I could. I don't know. I can say I can love you back. I have no idea who you are. So, no, I can't. Sorry. Daniel, appreciate it, sir. I got your router in the mail, so the tracking should have picked up. So, very, very cool. So, let's get into the news here. I got to run, actually. I think I got a good 45 minutes, something like that. So, obviously started a little earlier today than usual, right? Let's see here. So let me pull up my trusty. Let me share the screen here. I gotta share the window, and then we'll just go. Damn it, I knew that was gonna happen. Then we'll go to the story as we need. This is my trusty little Android news RSS feed where I get all the good stuff. See, look at all the news it pulls from on the left side. All this cool stuff. So, okay. So it does look like. Let me refresh it here, and then I'll take this. I'll add. Obviously, I don't plagiarize, but I'll rewrite my own article about the topic on my website, right? So, let me go to the starred section here. All right, so the very first story. I didn't do a video about this, and I think I need to. And I didn't do the UFS storage video today, where I was going to compare the two. I have that on my list of things to do. I had to record some more case reviews for Crave today, so I'll do that one probably tomorrow or here in the near future. Definitely by this weekend. But the Google Pixel 8 Pro, does everybody remember how they activated the video out mode? Essentially making it not necessarily a Samsung DeX competitor, right? But nonetheless, you can run a desktop mode on your Pixel 8 Pro now. And it looks like Google's going to activate and implement the same feature on this new Pixel 8a. Now, I might need y'all's help because I don't remember. Did Google implement this on the Pixel 8 as well, or was it just the 8 Pro? Because I don't remember. Because when the news came out, when I tried it, of course I have the 8 Pro. I don't remember anybody mentioning the 8. So it'd be interesting to see if Google activates it on the 8A and not the OG 8. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I have no idea. But 8A is getting their display out desktop mode. So that's another cool feature. Now that it only comes with 8 gigs of RAM, I wish Google would put a RAM booster, a RAM expansion, because I don't do well with 8 gigs of RAM as far as how many apps I have opened up in the background. But we'll see. I'm still waiting on the word. I should hear something back by this weekend from Google to see if I'm going to get if they're going to send me the 8A. I'm not sure I'm going to spend my money purchasing one. I might, but again, we went over it all. I'm not going to go over it again. We went over the whole episode yesterday. Between 8A, basically the same device. So I don't think I'm going to buy one. So it depends on if they're going to send me one or not. If they do, cool. If not, no harm, no foul, right? But it looks like the OnePlus 12 finally gets a discount. I was looking into this. OnePlus has never really, minus the launch day and pre-launch, has never implemented a marketing strategy for a big discount on this OnePlus 12. I've wanted to get one of these and just never got around to it. They are totally redesigning, and one of the reasons why I kind of haven't, they're totally redesigning the look of the upcoming OnePlus 13. We did get word that's not set in stone, but it's a pretty well-known fact now that OnePlus is moving on from this what do you call it? Kitchen burner camera setup on the back where it looks like a stovetop right here. They're moving over. They're totally redesigning it. So next year should be very interesting because you're not only getting OnePlus 13 completely redesigned, you're getting the Samsung Galaxy S25 series completely redesigned. So it'll be interesting to see what direction these companies go to. Let's see, $200 off. So what would that make it? If it was, how much was that brand new? Let's see. Okay, so the 256 gig model, OnePlus 12, it makes it with this discount, it makes it $599, $200 cheaper than the launch price of $799. Now, hear me out. I think this directly has something to do with Google announcing their 8A series, because look at the price. It's basically $50 from the Google Pixel 8A. Now, that's the 256 gig variant of the Pixel 8A. Remember, the base 128, $500, $499, $500. The upgraded version, storage version, 256 gig 8A, $550. And then look at this price. This phone blows away the Pixel 8A. In fact, I would much rather have, y'all know how much of a Pixel person I am, but I already have a Pixel, right? So why would I get, in my shoes, right? In my world, if I already have a Pixel, why am I going to get another one? I'm going to get that one. However, if I don't have a Pixel, let's say I just have one phone and I'm looking to upgrade. Let's say I have a Pixel 6 and I just simply want to upgrade. Would I get the 8A, or would I spend $50 more and get a phone that blows it away? Again, this is all linked together. These companies have very smart and strategic marketing departments where they think of all this, right? They sit around the boardroom, talk just like we do, right? And these are the exact conversations that they have in the boardrooms of these cell phone companies that we're having, honestly, right now. It's like, oh shit, the Pixel, the 8A is coming out. Now, how can we cut into that market? Well, I don't, if we cut it 50, if we match the price, that cuts into our profit. Because remember, this thing's spec'd out. It's got top of the line specs, everything. This is not the R version. This is not the watered down version. This is the big boss. This is the big boy. Their flagship device. This has got spec'd out. So it blows away the 8A and everything. Everything. They probably mentioned, you know what, we can't necessarily drop it down to $550 because that $50 is really going to cut into our profits. And of course, they do all the numbers, right? So they say, well, if we cut it down to match the price of the 8A, we're gonna, and we think we're gonna sell 100,000 of these over the next 2 weeks with this sale. We would be missing out in $7.8 million in profits. No, we can't do that. Let's bump it. Let's do $599, $50 more than the 8A, which, okay, then we'll profit $12.1 million. Oh yeah, let's do that. See what I'm saying? Numbers come involved, brainstorming comes involved, but all this is very strategic. It doesn't happen by accident. I used to think it did. It does not. It does not. They have people like you and me that sit in these boardrooms, and they have people that are good with numbers, marketing, and sit around the room, discuss this stuff, and okay, let's put the sale out. So very enticing, because now it pulls away people that were not everybody, right? There's some Pixel users that don't want to use a OnePlus phone, right? They just love Pixel, and that's all they want to use, and that's completely fine. But for people like me, I see this. If I was in the market if I was potentially thinking about getting the 8A, today I see this. I'm not getting the 8A anymore. I'm getting that. Now, one huge advantage the 8A has is the software updates, right? They're going to update it for 7 years? OnePlus, what are they at? 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So, yeah, but there's no way I would hang on to a phone for more than 3 or 4 years. I mean, I just wouldn't. Even if I didn't have a YouTube channel and have all these phones, I'm not upgrading every 3 or 4 years. I'm still upgrading. Even before I had this channel, I was upgrading once every. I usually had 2 phones. I was doing doing flip flopping. So every 6 months I would upgrade. So I would get a 6 months I would get one phone. Another 6 months, the next flagship would come out. So I would just flip flop, get a new phone every 6 months. But everything else, it blows it away. Screen, battery, probably even speakers. Cameras, I don't know. We just discussed the blind camera test, and the A series won it last year. So I'm sure it's pretty close. 8A probably offers better still photography. Don't know about video, but look, think about OnePlus. So they're basically stepping on their mid-range series, right? The same as we discussed Pixel yesterday, coming out with the 8A. Now they're stepping on that the 8, right? Its bigger brother, the flagship, smaller one. OnePlus lowers their flagship device down to the same price as their 12R. OnePlus's R series is their mid-range device. Well, again, why would you buy the 12R when you can get the flagship, the big boss, for the same price? But it's only like for 2 or 3 weeks, or it's on sale, right? Just to mess with Google and their sales of the 8A series. So I just thought that was very interesting. If you're interested, it's at Best Buy. Is there a special discount code, or let's see. Yes, that's exactly what they did. That's why they dropped it. I guarantee you. That's exactly why they did it. Yeah, that's a good point. Because if I was considering getting the 8A anyways, I was just kind of waiting on Google. If they were going to tell me, yes, we're going to send it to you, I'm like, sweet, okay, let's go. But I was also kind of considering buying one myself. But now that I think about it, it's basically the same price. I could just get this one. Let's see what colors. Damn. So they don't have so the green is not available in 256. Only the black is. Well, that sucks, but it is what it is, right? I really like that green. All the OnePlus phones I've had, always that green color, because whether it's this is kind of a jade or a marble green, see the marble kind of look in there. But remember the OnePlus 8T, that sea green, and then the OnePlus 8, they had a green. I've always gotten the green phones, but I guess beggars can't be choosers. But look at these scores. So apparently it's a great device. Check this out. It has 187 reviews, damn near perfect 5-star reviews. Let's see, open box 627. So to get that $599, that you save $100 off top. To get the $599, you have to connect it to a carrier. But who do they have carrier-wise? Is it T-Mobile and? They don't have any info. Let's see. When you get your new phone, you'll need to contact your carrier to connect it. So what carriers do they have? Because I have T-Mobile. I think they dropped T-Mobile, no? Let's see. Oh, they have Google Fi. But, oh, I see. Damn. So Verizon, if you connect it with Verizon, $5.99. If you connect it with AT&T, $5.99. Google Fi, $6.99. Now you get it $100 off the top anyways, so it'd be $6.99. But damn, that $5.99 looks really enticing. Although I don't have Verizon, I don't have AT&T. Do they have trade-ins? What about OnePlus's website? I know they have trade-in deals. I just want the 12 gig. Okay, so OnePlus's website, they're knocking $100 off the top. Only on the black one. I don't want to sign in right now. Let's see. Add trade-in, you can get a bonus 170 off. What kind of trade-in we got here? All right, let's see real quick. Let's see. S23 Ultra 4. Well, they have different trade-in values, right? But I'm not sure. I mean, they're not bad. I have a S22 here. I could do 260. I'll have to look into that. But look, the offer's there. Certainly you can get a good deal if you were interested in getting one. They have trade-in offers on OnePlus.com. And let's see. Best Buy, if you have AT&T or Verizon, $5.99. I believe you can also trade in a device at Best Buy. So you can go through all those if you want to. Check out Best Buy. I'm gonna link the description in. Excuse me. I'm gonna put a link in the description box below. Interesting. I might look into that here after. All right. So let's see. WhatsApp gets major look over. Do any of y'all use WhatsApp? I used it for a hot minute back in the day and just never used it since. Yeah, there's an update for it. So if you use WhatsApp, go ahead and update it. It looks like they have a brand new makeover. Colors, icons, a jet black dark mode. You know how some have a dark mode, but it's like a grayish tint, kind of like what's on the screen right here, kind of a dark gray. Apparently this one is jet black, which is what I love. Black it out. So that looks cool. I do have an update for it. So if you got WhatsApp, check your updates. Chrome getting circle to search. It's about time. Circle to search has been one of the very few AI features that I use. Comes in handy when you need it. I don't use it every day, but when you need it, comes in very, very handy. So it will be in a Chrome update here in the next month or so. So be on the lookout for that in Google Chrome. Let's see, what do we expect at Google I/O? Let me see what, I'm sure it's full of AI stuff again. But let's take a quick look and see what they're going to offer for this next year in technology. Let's see. when you have the Apple headset on, it tracks your eyes. So if you look over to the right, it'll show a display of something you put on your wall earlier in the day. Look to the left, same thing right there. The Meta, what do they call theirs? The Meta, I just had it. The Meta Quest Pro does not have eye tracking capabilities. Again, that's what makes Apple's so badass. This Samsung looks like it's going to have internal eye tracking cameras, which is a huge feature that a lot of people were just disappointed when the Meta VR headset came out, that it did not have eye tracking. Now, and it will not have controllers, which in a rear-mounted battery. So if it does, that's key too. So look, if it does not have controllers, it's going to use the same technology. You're going to use it by your hands, just like this with the Apple Vision Pro. You're going to select stuff. You're going to have a keyboard. You can actually type. With the Meta Quest Pro, you got to use those little joysticks, kind of like a what are they? The Nintendo Wii, I think back in the day had that. So this new Samsung headset will be more like the Apple Vision Pro than the Meta Quest Pro. A rear-mounted battery is also key. Because remember, a lot of those reviewers for the Apple Vision Pro, the battery is, I think, side-mounted, front or side-mounted on the Apple version. And remember, after prolonged use, it would create neck strain. Your neck would get sore in the back because it's having to hold up your head with the batteries on the front and the sides. This is going to have the battery on the back, which should level out the weight distribution, so you shouldn't have that neck strain. So it looks like they're taking some key features that were a negative for the Apple Vision Pro, and they're basically implementing that on the Samsung model so they don't run into those same issues. Again, I typically stay away from the very first model of anything. As you can tell with the Apple Vision Pro, it's usually the second version that they fine-tune things and tweak stuff to where they get it, generally just right. It looks like Samsung's taking a page out of Apple's book and using some of the negatives that people were saying about this Apple Vision Pro, and Samsung simply making sure they don't make that same mistake, right? So this is really, really cool. What chip is it going to have? Snapdragon XR, it looks like, which is the same chip. Let's see. Okay, so Samsung scrapped a Exynos. Thank God. Samsung was originally going to put an Exynos 2200 chip in it, which doesn't make sense. So it looks like they are going to up the ante and put a Snapdragon XR CPU. So it's basically a flagship Snapdragon CPU that's custom tuned just for these VR headsets. The Quest Meta's latest headset has got that same Snapdragon CPU in it. So interesting. What else we got? Oh, here we go. Qualcomm plans to release a new XR chip in early 2024. That's what the Meta Quest. Okay, I keep on getting the names mixed up. That's what's in the Meta Quest 3, which is the most current one. Sorry. Qualcomm could theoretically build its new chip off of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Of course, they just released that 8 Gen Plus 3, right? But we suspect instead it'll use a variation of the Snapdragon X Elite, which is a 12-core CPU that hits 3.8 gigahertz or up to 4.3 gigahertz when boosted. Jesus, along with a GPU with a 4.6 teraflops. These stats could easily compete with that of the Vision Pro. Hell yeah, that seems like a beast of a CPU. Wow. Otherwise, the only concrete Samsung glasses specs we've heard of is that it'll allegedly use a 3000 DPI display. Now remember, your phones, even a really good flagship, right? Yesterday we broke down a 1080p plus display is like what? The 8A was 428 PPI. 428 PPI. Or DPI, excuse me. This is 3000. Your flagship Androids, I think, have right around the same thing, right? 450, 500 DPI. This is 3000, so it'll look crystal clear. Very cool. Did not expect to see this today, but good news. Now, is this the patent? Yeah, what the hell is this? Next, a Google patent filed in November shows plans to use a smartwatch as a makeshift touchscreen controller for an XR headset. The device would have a gesture library and would use cameras to judge if a user was looking at their smartwatch before accepting commands. You could then open specific apps with gestures, like drawing a U, open Uber, or C for calendar. I hope they don't do that. I thought it was going to be a traditional headset. This looks like a pair of goggles. Now, this was the Google only, not implementing the collaboration with Samsung. So I think this is a separate thing that we're looking at right now that are kind of like the goggles. From what we were just reading, it looks like Samsung and Google teamed up for this new, it'll look like the Apple Vision Pro. Technically, it's a Samsung product with Google helping them out with the software. So we'll have to see if it's a One UI mixed with Google. I have no idea what to expect when it comes to the software side, but I don't believe what we're looking at right now is what they will look like. That's just the Google VR headset, not the new one that we were just talking about. Let's see. Good head strap, balanced performance, strong. That's key. Battery life. The Apple Vision Pro only lasts a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours. If they can get double that, let's say 5 to 6 hours, that's blowing the competition away. Even though I would like it to be more, but I don't think you can expect too much out of these. They're pumping out so much power, and there's a lot going on in there. So I think even if they could just get up to 5 hours of battery life, that's really something to brag about. Very cool. Well, I will keep an eye on this. I'll see if I can get one. That looks it looks really cool. So did not expect to see that, but I'm glad we did. Oh yeah, Google I/O. Well, we already know, but that was the coolest thing, right? Let's see. Google also said to have its own smart glasses. Okay, well then that's what we were just looking at. The trademark and the patents of that outline, where it looks like glasses or goggles. Google has its own glasses in the works and showed it off in this Iris concept at I/O 2022. Huh. Now these look like glasses. Interesting. Cool. I definitely have to keep an eye on that. Oh, what are those? Interesting. Okay, well, what else we got? Okay, so here's a new. I don't know if any of you have had Comcast internet service. We've had it, or I've had it for. Not now. I have Google Fi, but before Google Fiber, in the home, we had Spectrum. Now, before Spectrum, we had Comcast, but basically Comcast, where we're at, got purchased by Spectrum, so basically transformed over to Spectrum from Comcast. Now, internet service is not the best. It doesn't suck, but nothing to brag about, right? Speeds, you always have to restart the router, always have to take the modem out and unplug it. So let's hope, I say that to say this, let's hope their internet issues that they're having on the home side, right, does not carry over to the mobile side. But let's look and see what network it's running off of. Is it a T-Mobile? Are they running it on T-Mobile towers? Is it running on AT&T? Actually, it's probably on Spectrum, because Spectrum has their own cell phone service. But is it GSM? What is it running on? Let's check it out. And how cheap are the plans? Oh wow, the plans are available right now. Okay, so let's see what we got. Comcast's new prepaid phone and internet plans offer all-in pricing, reliable service, and no contracts for subscribers. Here we go. Xfinity Mobile is an MVNO operating off of Verizon's network, offering unlimited data at lower cost for Xfinity customers. Consider MVNO carriers like Xfinity, Spectrum, and Mint Mobile for budget-friendly phone plans with good coverage. Speaking of that, the eSIM Studios this podcast is sponsored by Google Fi. I do have a link in the description below for you to select. Get you a really good deal on Google Fi service. I'm running it on. I had it in my S24. I'm running it in my Nothing Phone 2A. That's right, Google Fi. It is a MVNO of T-Mobile. So basically, it's T-Mobile service coming from T-Mobile towers. So basically, Google Fi just buys Spectrum and then resells it as Google Fi. So technically, it's T-Mobile. But look, I've had wonderful experiences. There was one time when I was doing a speed test, it actually got faster speeds than my S24 Ultra on T-Mobile officially. Now that was maybe it was a fluke, but nonetheless, still gets 120, 130, 40, 50, 60 megabits per second download speeds and probably 20 to 30 upload speeds, and that's on 5G. So pretty decent speeds, right? Now on my S24 Ultra running T-Mobile, I can get up to, I think I was 800, 900 megabits per second. I don't get it all the time. I know one spot right around the corner that gets super, super good T-Mobile service. And that's why I think I ran the 8 or 900 megabit per second speed test, right? But these are good, right? Look, I'm looking to get rid of T-Mobile. Like I want to get rid of them totally and just get Google Fi, right? Probably do that this upcoming year because there's just no point. Literally, it's half or more than half the cost. So a lot of these MVNOs, again, are good options to get decent. Like it's better than decent service. It's actually really good service. And technically, it is fun to have a device that'll almost hit a gigabit download speeds, but that's cool to just play with. Like if you're gonna watch a YouTube video, or playing a game, mobile game, on mobile data, is there that much difference between a device that gets 800 megabits download speeds per second compared to 160, 170, 180? I mean, it sounds like a big difference, but you'll still get the HD YouTube video, right? It's not going to be grainy. It really comes to downloading, right? Are you going to download a video on that? Or you can download a song, only takes a couple seconds. But how often do you do that when you're out and about, right? Typically not that much. The biggest data user outside the home, outside the office, is like YouTube or a streaming service. But you don't need gigabit service for that, right? So these MVNOs are a perfect way to save a lot of money and still get great service. Let's see here. Now Mobile Internet launched today. Promises all-in pricing, reliable phone service, and internet connections. No credit checks or contracts for its subscribers, which is very nice. Customers have the ability to pause, cancel service easily, pay as you go. Okay, let's see. Do they offer phones? Let's see. Now Mobile and Now Internet bundles are available starting at $55 per month, but Now Internet alone is available from $30 a month. So if they start at bundles starting at $55. So what's just regular cell phone service? Let's see. it is well worth it. I can tell a huge difference when I wired my house. It just does. But look at this. Now mobile for home internet only offers up to 200 megabits per second. That's it. It was interesting because where we're located, the highest spectrum would go is like 400 to 500 megabits per second, and that's it. And Google comes in here and blows them away with 2 gigs. But look, $45 a month. 2 gig internet with Google Fiber is $100 a month. So I'm paying $100 a month for 2 gigabit download speeds. $100 a month. Now, their 1 gigabit download speed for Google Fiber was like $70. So definitely a better deal with Google Fiber than this right here, because it's pretty expensive for the amount of speed that you get with it as well. Interesting. So look into that if you're if that interests you. What else do we got? I'm probably gonna have to get off here pretty soon. Let's see. Google profits soar, employee morale sinks. And this is actually pretty amazing. And yet the layoffs don't necessarily equal profits. The profits for Google, although it does go into play somewhat, but it doesn't directly correlate. So I'm saying, like, just because Google laid off a number of employees doesn't mean that, oh, they get to save that money that they were going to pay the employees, and then and then that equals into the revenue. No, that's totally separate. So the revenue, the business, the share has grown, says, by 14% over last year. So trimming down your employee, your staff does help in the long run, but pretty surprising news. It sucks when people. I've been fired a lot, so it does suck when you lose your job, right? But now, however, don't feel too bad. They get phenomenal severance packages, and technically, they're probably in the very best industry. If you did not have a job, or if you were jobless but you had the background that these people did, probably the best background to have in the world, because the way the world's headed, technology, 5 years, AI, everything's exploding technologically. These developers have a phenomenal skill that they can take anywhere. So it does suck. They do pay them very well with the severance packages. It should last them about a year, maybe not a year, but a while, right, to find another job. So I think they'll be fine. It does suck though, but the whole moving thing sucks, right? Because look, whether you're in San Francisco, New York, I'm sure they're gonna have to. They could find other jobs there, right? But possibly have to relocate. So the advertisements brought in more revenue, and their mobile division brought in more revenue. Pixel sales are doing really good. So, and again, it has me very excited for where they're headed into the future. Finally surpassed the 2 million. Google finally surpassed the 2 trillion market cap value with a T. Apple has had that top. So now they didn't pass Apple, but they finally passed the $2 trillion market cap plateau, right? Marker. Apple has been sitting up top of that $2 trillion marker for a while, and Google just passed it. So I'm assuming it's the second largest company in the world behind Apple. I don't know if it states that here, but excuse me, Google. I meant Alphabet, who is the parent company. Let's see. It says the morale is low. I don't know why. They've always been rated best places to work, not only in tech, but not only in America, but in the world. They have really nice working environments. Super nice. Don't have any reason for complaining in my eyes, because I've worked the manual labor jobs. I've worked the blue collar jobs. where you're outside in the heat, sweating all day, in the South Texas heat. And oh boy, at that time, if you had picked me up and placed me in a Google Office setting, I thought I died and gone to heaven. Very nice, very plush working environment. So I think some of these people, and I don't mean I know some, I know for a fact some watch our YouTube channel. You kind of get, I'm not going to say, and please forgive me, I was going to say some of these I'm sure are spoiled, but maybe that's the wrong words to use. Spoiled, but you get used to your surroundings, after working at a very nice place like Google for, I don't know, a year, maybe 2 years. You start to get used to it. You start to get used to the environment. You forget about those old jobs you used to work so hard at. And you kind of, pick out the stuff that could do better in your surrounding area, even though it's a badass place to work. And anybody would kill to have a job like that. So I think it's human nature that you start looking at the negatives, right? In and around your surrounding area. But I don't necessarily know why the morale is low, why that report would come out. So reports always in leaks, not necessarily a leak, but always come out for a reason. Always. And these are not accidents. So I wonder why they would put this, and I'm not saying Google did, but maybe it was a competitor. Maybe Apple leaked this, right? There's a bunch of little behind the scenes cat and mouse tag you're it type games that go on behind the scenes. I'm not sure why the morale is low, right? Let's see what it says real quick and we'll get out of here because I don't think there's much else. Let me just see this one little tidbit. They have they do a bunch of hiring here. Not here, but in Austin. A bunch of hiring. I don't think any of my qualifications would land me maybe a janitor, right? Let's see. Why is the morale low? Employees are concerned about the morale and questioned why rising performance isn't reflected in pay increases. Sounds like me and you, right? They further highlighted the cost-cutting measures of the brand and when it will be in place. Google's parent company Alphabet is getting stricter in taking all positive measures to reduce all its operating costs. To date, they have taken multiple measures in favor of cost cutting, such as firing employees, signing cloud contracts with the military. I'm sure they tried to stay away from that, and much more. Interesting. So they've noticed a significant decline in morale, right? Increased distrust and a disconnect between leadership and the workforce. Damn, is that bad there? How does leadership plan to address these concerns and regain the trust, morale, and cohesion they have been foundational to our company's success? This is not the end. The employees have also complained about working under pressure, having tight deadlines, a lack of trust, and diminishing opportunities for advancement. One of Google's senior employees said, despite the company's stellar performance and record earnings, many Googlers have not received meaningful compensation increases. When will employee compensation fairly reflect the company's success? And is there a conscious decision to keep wages lower due to a cooling employee market? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer there. Only Alphabet has the answer there. So the morale, as you heard, is due to, they're saying, that's very, that correlates directly to the average job like I was just talking about. Whether you're working on the back of a cement truck, whether you're a truck driver, whether you're what the hell you call it? Whether you work at a gas station. So you're seeing your company you're seeing in the headlines, you're hearing your bosses, your managers, your general managers, record profits, this store hit record numbers this month after month after month after month. And you're seeing it all over the news, all over the place. and your paycheck's the same. I mean, I see both sides, really. I see now. Should they get an if a company, and let's just take Google out of it, let's just say any company is making record profits, not just by a little bit, 14%. That's a lot. 14% higher than last year. That's a ton. That's billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. That they're bringing in now compared to last year, right? But it's very relatable, right? How many times have you seen or heard in your workplace, oh, numbers are up, this and that, and then paycheck stays the same, and you're like, okay, can we at least get, a little kickback or a little raise, just something to make us happy? Doesn't have to blow our socks off. I'm not talking about double the paycheck, but something, right? So who knows, right? All we know is what was in this article. I relate to the employees because I've felt that way many times working at jobs, right? But I also went, I don't know if I understand. Maybe they are. Look, who knows? I don't know. Google may have something planned out for this next quarter, for this next half of the year. I have no idea. We have no idea. And this article was just written, a month or two before Google could share their plans or could add a little money onto the employees, right, to the paycheck. Maybe they do have something in the works. I have no idea. Interesting. Look, every company goes through it. Google's not the only one, right? Apple, literally every company goes through this. Even the little LLCs where it's just a one person running or I guess couldn't be one. It'd be a small business goes through the same thing, right? So interesting to see how this goes. It will not, shatter their futures, but it does have some play in how the company's looked at, especially from within, right? There's never a shortage, though. There's never a shortage of workers, even though they did mention the employee market is cooling down a little bit for developers and coding and stuff like that. I think that's because of the AI. But look, there's plenty of people, I'm telling you, out of college that would die to get a job at Google. Wait, morale? I don't give a damn about morale. Let me go work over there. It looks really good on your resume. Really, really freaking good. Because you go to a wine mixer, you go to the Catalina wine mixer this upcoming year, and or a reunion, family reunion, or shoot, even a funeral or whatever. And like, oh, I haven't seen you in 6 years. Wow, man, you're looking great. What are you doing now? I'm working at Google. Got a job as a developer at Google, web developer. Oh, what? It's one of those things. Same thing with Apple, right? I'm not just saying for Apple, Google, even Tesla, right? In the some of those companies that have a lot of clout, right? Bragging rights. So trust me, there's a lot of people that would love to have one of those jobs. Shit, even I would. I would have to go back to part-time YouTube if Google offered me a job in the office. So interesting to see that. But look, every company goes through it, so it is what it is. But record profits for Google and record lows for morale. But my morale for Google is still sky high. A little questionable with the 8A, but look, it is what it is. We have a new Pixel device out. And can't wait to see what Google I/O has in store for us next week. I will be there next year. I'm going to go to all sorts of stuff this upcoming year. Google I/O, launch of the Pixel 9 series, CES, and in the future, Barcelona for Mobile World Congress. But I think that's more down the road. But I got to get out of here. I got something to do here shortly. So appreciate it. Thank you for joining in. And I hope you have a enjoyable, safe afternoon. As always, I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.